Hello, welcome back. For today's video, I'm going to be fitting some new hair. So I'm going to be using Yilite extensions, which I have used the last, I think, 3 times I've fitted them. I've had the same extensions from them. They are amazing, such good quality. Yeah, the last time I had them, I did the 1-inch tape-ins, like, you know, standard tape-ins. Well, they're not standard because they're injected. I'll run through that in a minute. But yeah, if you want to watch that video, then I will link that one for you. But this one is for their new weft tape-ins. I'm so excited to try these. I've been looking at them for absolutely ages and they look so good. And because, as I say, the ones before were 1-inch tape-ins that I've worn for years and years, not from this company, but I have to say that these ones are the best ones that I've ever used, hence the reason I'm getting these ones as well. They can take quite a while to fit because they're obviously quite small and you have to like bricklay them as you go up, whereas these ones, it's a whole weft. They're so light as well. But as you can see, like the other ones, they are injected. So can you see that? How good is that? So it literally looks like it's coming from the scalp when you've got them in. These are brilliant. I just love them. And they are undetectable. They really are. And these ones have like a long strip. You can cut them, which I will do. And you sandwich them, just like the other ones, sandwich them. But rather than faffing around and going one there, one there, one there, and then, you know, work your way up, these ones, you literally just go bang and then put the other one underneath or on top. I think this is genius. So I went for 16-inch because I don't like mine to be too long, but they do go to, I think it's like 22, 24 inches. I got 3 packs because I do have quite, I mean, it's shorter, but it's quite thick, my hair. So I tend to go for about 3 packs of them. So this is what the hair's like. I went for this effect this time because I thought it would go a bit better. And I have toned them. Some of them will look a little bit patchy, but it's okay, it'll wash out. It's just because I was being a bit overcautious about not getting it on the tape when I was, you know, it was toning shampoo that I used. I didn't want to go too high up and get it on the tape. So yeah, so there are a couple of bits like that, you see, that's got a little bit of patch. But the next time I wash them, that will come out, don't worry, it's only toning shampoo. But I feel like I've got them actually like pretty close. It never looks the same like that. It's not till you've got them all in that you can see it properly. But yeah, no, I went lighter this time because last time I went too dark and I had to like lighten it and then tone it and it was a bit of a faff. It was my fault. But yeah, this time I went lighter and then I've toned them a bit more ashy. So yeah, but I think they're going to be okay. So you get them in this packet, which is really quite lovely. So they come like this. And you get obviously 1 set of extensions per one of those packs. Also get an extra reel of the tape. So this is a tape obviously that you're going to put on to replace because it comes with them. So this tape here. And if you want to replace them, which I will do, you just remove that afterwards and then replace it with the new tape. It's ever so easy to do. That's what I did, as I say, with the extensions last time. So I have a hairbrush. I also have some clips. I've got this one to do the bulky bit. And then I've got a couple of clips here. You do also get these, but my hair doesn't like them, unfortunately. The fringy bit, it's okay. You know, the Velcro things, they're really handy, you know, for skincare as well. But yeah, you do get those as well. It's just that my hair, as I say, it's quite thick, so it doesn't really hold that too well. But yeah, and then you're going to need a tail comb, and I have actually found it this time. The last 2 times I've done my hair, I've been like, I can't find it. So I'm just going to start by sectioning my hair. So I'm going to take just the back section first. I'll flip round and show you. So I am going to take my tail comb, and what I'm going to do, I don't want it to go too high because then they'll be more visible. So I want to kind of go to about here. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to start off here, and just run it along in a line like that. So that's kind of like the highest point where I want them to go. I might go a little bit higher, but I don't know yet. But for now, we'll just take it to there. So I'm going to take that section. Actually, I'm just going to take the sides as well, just to get them out of the way. So hard to do it from the back. All right, we'll go down to the ear. So this bit here, and the same on the other side. Like that, and then I'm just going to take my clip and get that all out the way. So I've got a nice little section there to play with now, and we're going to work from the bottom up. So next I'm going to take another kind of section. So this one will be just above my nape, because what I want is to leave a gap of hair. I'll show you, so that if I wear my hair up, you're not going to see the extensions. So my nape, like the bottom of my hair, comes to about here. So I'm going to take my tail comb and go about 1 centimetre above that, like that. So I'm just going to, for now, twist that and pop that out the way. And then this is the bit where we're going to put our first piece. So as I say, I'm going to take my strip, and I need to measure. So I go, if you're doing this yourself, it's so much easier to do it this way, to stick it on the top and then flip it and then stick it underneath, rather than, like, you know, if you're doing them professionally, you do it the other way around. But yeah, if you're doing it yourself, this is much easier. So I want it to go from about here. So I want a little gap again, just behind my, sort of where my ear is, for the same reason, you know, if I want to wear my hair up. And then I want it to about the same on the other side. So it's going to be about that long. So just there, like that. So we've now got that piece, and it should fit. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right, now what I'm going to do is just take, sorry to talk to you from behind, I can't keep turning round. I'm going to take this again and just measure the same with that bit. So, because obviously, as I say, you want to sandwich it. So I'm going to cut it there like that. So we've got, you know, equal pieces. And then I'm going to take the first one, take the tape off, and then that, as I say, is going to go just underneath where that parting is. What I do is I kind of use my fingers as a guide, so I know where it is, and then very lightly press it, and then have a proper look to make sure it's positioned right if you're doing it yourself. Yeah, I've actually done that a little bit high. I'm just going to move it down a fraction. That's better. Right, so now I'm going to press that. So push it right into the hair. Really nice and firm. You can add heat to these afterwards if you. I don't do that, to be honest, because I find that they last, you know, just as well without it. But if you want to, then, you know, you can just go over with the straighteners over, you know, the bond bit here. And then, as I say, we're going to take this and literally flip it up like that, and just make sure there's no loose bits on there. And then we're going to take the other bit. Obviously this bit's going to be going upside down because I've got that flipped. So I'm putting my head forward for this. Like that. And then again, press it nice and firm. And then I'm going to take that clip out where I've put that one piece. Flop it down. I'm just going to press it again from the other side. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. That's gone perfectly in line with the other one. Thought it would be quite tricky, but it's not at all. So there is our first piece in. And yeah, I'd say that was a fraction of the time of what it was when I did the single ones. Right then, so we've done that one. We're going to go above, just to show you it's nice and secure in there as well. Right, so just above next, so this piece. So we're going to go, keep catching on the back of the chair. We're going to go just above, and with my tail comb, again, I'm going to use my finger as a guide. So I want to go about a finger above, if you know what I mean. This is the trickiest bit, you know, just doing the back. Once you've done the back and you're around the front, you're, you know, on fire. Right, that's better. So I'm going to take that section again. Up here, I'll just show you one more because I think you can get the gist. When I do the back, you know, you're basically going to do this until you get to where that piece is that I've put out the way. And that's 2 down. I'm so impressed with these. I think they look well nice. So yeah, that's 2 pieces there. So you can see how good quality and how thick it is. You know, I've still got probably another like 2, maybe 3 sections to go up the back before I get to the side. But yeah, very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Right, so I am going to just finish off the back and then I'll show you how to do the sides. So that's the back now done. I don't think that looks too bad at all actually. Needs a little bit of feathering in, and it's too long. I always take a good couple of inches off. But no, really pleased. So we'll move on to the sides. For the sides, what we're gonna do, I've got kinks in my hair now. I straightened it before. So I'm gonna take one at a time, I think. So I've got 2 sections left. So I'm going to do one on one side and one on the other. Obviously we can cut them into shorter pieces as well. So I'm hoping I'm going to get a good kind of, if I cut that in half, I'm going to be able to get like 2 layers in the side there. With the back, I went one little bit higher, and that's all I've got left. So just to give you a rough idea of how many packs I needed. Right, okay, so as I said, I want to try and get 2 in the side here. What I'm going to do is just take my fringe, because I don't want to go that far forward. I want it to be further back than where my fringe sits. So I'll take my fringe and we'll move that out the way. It's actually really nice to have more blonde in my hair. I have missed being more blonde. I'm slowly getting there. I've started to have, as you can see, highlights. We did a little trial run this time just to make sure that they took properly. And they did, they took really well. So next time she's going to put more in. I might actually do both at the same time so I can get them even, you know. First one there, and then the one above about halfway. Yeah, that should work. Do you know what? Ideally, I would have been better off with 4 packs. But all in hindsight. So then we want to go same on the other side. Looks about right to me. Is that even? I think so. It's not very straight though. Just straighten it out. It's better. I have to say, do you know what? What I really love about these is that they are customizable, and you can kind of like play around with the lengths and how much you need. That is really good. I will say that I prefer them over the single tape so far because of that. So yeah, about there, round to where I can feel there. Snip. Yeah, as well, when I did the back, you know, I said that when I wasn't filming it'd be a lot quicker. It definitely was. It was way quicker. And I did, like I said, you know, I had one mirror in front and one mirror behind, and yeah, I could see a lot better what I was doing. But yeah, that's what I normally do anyway when it's not you know, when I'm not filming them. So I'll do the first one. So I want to start about that much back. I can actually see what I'm doing properly now. And then go there, And do you know what? I've been doing this and it's so much easier because you don't get any kinks. With the longer pieces, if you kind of press them like that, then sometimes they kink up a bit. So I find to do that, they go a lot flatter and straighter. Yeah, that's good. You should have it like that. So that's obviously where it's stuck to my hair. And I'm going to take the other one and go underneath. Make sure that the edge is lined up. I think that is. So this is what I do with the single ones, but I thought because these are a lot longer, it might be a bit of a faff. I mean, it is a little bit more of a faff, to be honest, but on the sides it's easier. They're a bit shorter as well. Fabulous. Right, okay, so same on this side. Oh, I've missed my blonde so much. I didn't realise, you know, what a difference it makes. I just find that dark colours or darker colours wash me out, and I've been doing it to, you know, look after my hair, just to get it back into better condition really. But yeah, it's definitely a lot better than it was. Right, so the next bit I'm going to go, as I say, so where is it? Here. So I'm going to go about here, so just above my temple, the top bit. Wonderful. Right, so let's take this top bit down. I forgot I had that back. Take my fringe down now as well. Woo. Right, so I just need to straighten like this top section a bit, and then we'll just do a little bit of feathering, like, you know, layering, and chop a bit off as well. Right, okay, so the next thing I want to do is just take a bit of length off, add some layers just to blend it in a bit more, although it's blending reasonably well. The back's always the one that's more noticeable. And I just want to do a little bit of feathering around the front as well. So what I tend to do is kind of half it. Don't, you know, take this as gospel. This is just what I do. I normally use a blade, but I don't want to get demonetised. I don't know what their rules are on stuff like that. So I'm just going to take a pair of scissors and just kind of show you. But what I normally do is do this with a scalpel and then just kind of run down like that. But if you can imagine, I'm using a blade normally just to kind of get the layers in there. So like that, just so it kind of blends in a bit better. The back is a lot more difficult to blend, well, at least I find it is. I'm sure to an expert cutter, like an expert cutter, a hairdresser, that it probably won't be, but yeah, I'm a novice when it comes to cutting. Yeah, what I try and do, because you can see, can't you, this clear divide that I've got here, and that's even after straightening. I mean, ideally, you know, if you want to take your extensions up higher, I just prefer not to. What I do is kind of go about halfway down and take the hair like that, like I'm doing a half up, half down almost, and just like do exactly what I did on the sides, but just on this section here. So kind of like that. It's not perfect, I know, but it's, you know, it's the closest that I'm going to get it. And to be honest with you, I never have it straight. Yeah, I'm not very keen on my hair straight, to be honest with you. But yeah, and with extensions, it's yeah, it's better to have them curled, I think, because you don't notice them as much. With regards to the length, point you down a bit. I tend to, no, I normally get my husband to do the back actually, but I kind of go right down the middle and then pull the bits around to the side. Now, when you do this, you're going to get that V at the back. I don't like that. I prefer it to be a bit blunt, which is why I do this, and then I get my husband to straighten the V at the back. But what I do is sit as straight as possible, which is quite difficult for me, and then bring my fingers down in a straight line to about there, I think. And I'm just going to chop that bit, and I do it like that. So I'm like, what do they call this, point cutting or something. Just want to make sure it's even, which I think it is. It's not too bad actually. It's normally a lot worse than that. So the front bits, again, I would use that blade. I'm going to show you with scissors. So I kind of go to one of my hair ends, which is about there, and then just take the scissors and just wiggle them till you get to the bottom. A bit more than that. Think, apart from doing the back, that little dip when my husband gets home from work, we're just about done. So yeah, what do you think? I'm super happy with it, to be honest with you. Really impressed with the colour match. But yeah, no, I think they're fabulous. Really nice, so easy to fit, like really easy to fit. As I said, you know, sort of half the time of normal tape-ins, I would say. I spent more time faffing around, sort of doing the cutting and that, than I did actually fitting them, I think. But yeah, no, just like the other ones, amazing. Obviously, it's the same hair, amazing quality hair, 100% human hair. Yeah, what more can I say? They are absolutely stunning, really nice. And obviously, I've got a whole reel of tape here, so I can refit them a good few times hopefully again. As always, I will link them in the description box below for you. I believe I have a discount code. I'll stick that down there as well for you if I have. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It means the absolute world to me. If you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.